All right, guys, for our next card, this is like perfect for somebody who loves outline images but doesn't really like to color. So we are going to start with a crumb cake card base. Fold that in half. I'm going to set this aside, and then I'm going to stamp my large magnolia once again in some Memento. Okay, I'm going to take and stamp that down, and then we'll die cut it here in just a minute. So I'm just stamping black ink on my white paper. Oh, beautiful. Then I'm going to move over and grab, I'm going to set that right there. I've got a piece of crumb cake that I'm going to stamp with crumb cake ink onto the crumb cake card. Okay, cardstock, I should say. So again, I want the hump pointing up. That round edge is pointing up. I'm going to stamp this pretty tight to the top of this panel, like so. So pretty. Okay, now what we're going to do is die cut this with our die, which, oh, here we go. Okay, and you can see you're going to cut just like that. Okay, you're just going to kind of center it up and then die cut. And then I'm going to do the same thing with just a strip of black, so I have a little piece of black that'll pop out. All right, I will do that as well as die cut this piece and be right back. Okay, so I've die cut my black, oops. This is actually the piece I wanted. I've got my black piece, I've got my edge piece, and I've got my flower. All right, so let's assemble this. First off, I'm going to start by putting this piece right up here. And you know what? I kind of cut the edge of that, but I think I'm going to leave it. It'll be okay. I kind of went right up to the very tip top of this panel, but I think this will look okay. And I'll show you what we're going to do in a minute here. And then I just want a little bit of that sticking out, not a ton. Okay, so there we go. We'll trim that side bit off. That looks good. Then I'm going to adhere this to my card, like so. And, well, actually, before I do that, though, I'm going to position this here. I'm not going to adhere it quite yet, but I'm going to position this on here so it fits. And then I've got my, I've die cut a little label once again. I'm going to stamp Thinking of You this time. And I'm going to do that in black ink. So I need to clean this because it's dirty at the moment. Okay. So that might be, it was fine. Okay, so I have Thinking of You on here. There we go. And then I'm going to actually adhere this to a scrap of black. What I wanted to do was have a layer of black around this, but the framelits kind of create a fairly thick layer, and I wanted a thin layer. So what I'm going to do is actually just position it on here. You can see I've lined it up on one side. And then I'm just going to trim around. And it's pretty easy to do, to just follow those lines of the label and create just a skinny little border. So you have like a 1/16 of an inch around the edge. Isn't that awesome? I like that. All right, I'm also going to take this piece, and you can use your triple banner punch to do this, but I'm just being lazy, not even pulling it out. And then what I'm going to do is position this over my flower. Well, I'm going to glue everything together. Sorry. So what I want to do is glue this to my card, and then we're going to spritz it. You know I love a good spritz. Okay, so I just don't want the spritzing on my flower, that's all. So I'm going to take my black marker and I'm going to do some spritzing. Now, first of all, you want to make sure you don't have anything that if it gets black on it, you'll be upset. So, and then I'm just going to flick that in the lid. And I'm going to do a little more up here since I kind of messed up that. Yeah, that looks good. Now be aware you can get spritzing on yourself. Like I felt a little dot over here, just so you know. And there's my spritzing. It looks awesome. Okay, let's assemble all these pieces. So I will adhere this right to my card. Like so. Okay. I'm going to add my little strip right here. And I don't like how that's showing. There we go. Nothing a fingernail can't fix. I'll just adhere that right over the edge. Trim that off. Okay, and then I'm going to pop this Thinking of You right up over the top with a couple of dimensionals. And it's really a simple card, but it's so pretty with the spritzing in the black and the white. And if you wanted to color this in, you could color it any color you wanted, but just so pretty.